What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're hopping back into Battlefield 6, but this time it's not a beta. The full game just dropped. In this video, I'll be breaking down the top 5 key changes that have been made since the beta, plus I'm giving you the absolute best controller settings for PC players. If you're just here for the settings, skip ahead to 6 minutes and 11 seconds, I've got you covered. I hope you guys are just as hyped as me for this release. All this footage was recorded first thing this morning. As you can see, as soon as I hopped in here, I was in a queue of 230,000 people. It's insane. Anyways, welcome back to Battlefield 6. I hope you enjoy. First up, movement has been completely refined. They've reduced slide to jump momentum, lowered jump height, and increased inaccuracy when you're firing while airborne or sliding. What this means for gameplay is that the movement is way less chaotic and much more tactical. You can't just slide cancel everywhere like it's Call of Duty. This is a classic Battlefield. Strategic, methodical, and rewarding smart positioning over just flying around the map. Number 2, the gunplay has been massively rebalanced. They did a complete patch on recoil and tap fire characteristics across all weapons. Each gun now has its own unique feel, and there's a way better range differentiation. The changes encourage more controlled tap firing and burst firing instead of just a spray and pray type of momentum. If you master your weapon, you'll absolutely dominate. The gunplay feels crisp, responsive, and honestly, way more satisfying than the beta, and that's saying a lot. Third major change, the class system got a complete overhaul. The assault class has been totally reworked, and there's a brand new training path for the recon class. The beta didn't show us the final class system, so this is essentially brand new content. Each class now feels more distinct and has a clearer role on the battlefield. If you made an assault class in previous games, definitely check out the changes. It's essentially a new class. Change 4 is all about maps and objectives. They've made direct changes to objective layouts, improved cover, adjusted objective sizes, and tailored designs to support balanced gameplay from both attackers and defenders. The visual look of objective boundaries has been updated, the turrets have been repositioned across maps, plus rush and breakthrough layouts have been completely revised. These changes make the game flow so much better. No more getting spawn trapped or having objectives that just seem impossible to capture. And finally, number 5, playlist options have been massively expanded. At launch, you've got single mode playlists for fan favorites like Breakthrough and Conquest. No more being forced into game modes you don't want to play. You have way more control over your experience compared to the beta, and honestly, this is something the community's been asking for forever. Alright, so while you're watching me get these kills, let me talk to you about something the core Battlefield community will appreciate. You notice how all these changes we just talked about, the slower movement, the gunplay rebalance, bringing back real classes, what DICE is really doing here is rejecting the Call of Duty formula everyone's been chasing since 2019. They're finally saying this is Battlefield, not Warzone. You can't just slide cancel everywhere and jump shot people. You need your squad, you need tactics, you need teamwork. That's the DNA of a classic Battlefield coming back. And honestly, after 2042's disaster launch, this might be the most important release in the franchise's history. DICE had one shot to get this right, and from what I've played so far, they might have actually nailed it. This could be the start of Battlefield's comeback era. But enough philosophizing, let's get into those controller settings that'll help you dominate. Alright, so when you come in here to mess with your settings on Battlefield 6, this is what I did. I'm not saying you have to follow all these settings. I'll give like sensitivity and other things like that later, but for now, I'm gonna show you what I did. So for like soldier, which is like all your tactical, all the stuff you're gonna be using in combat, if it's just you and you're not in a vehicle, I turned it to the preset to alternate. What this is gonna do is it's gonna move the crouch and slide to the right analog stick, which is gonna let you like maintain aim whenever you're sliding, which is huge if you ask me. Okay. Then after that, you're gonna go to settings. You're gonna go to control settings, infantry, and this is my aim sensitivity. Obviously, you know, you can work your way up if this is too strong off the rip. My FOV is 110, and this is another thing you gotta be careful about. If you change this, your sensitivity is gonna feel completely different. So like make sure you're doing this together so it matches up and you're not wondering what the problem is, because probably something to do with this. This is the problem I was having earlier today. I kept changing this and I was like, well, this feels messed up now, but this right here feels best for me. Um, here's the settings for this. I didn't really mess with anything. I think I moved this up a little bit. This is just going to be the sensitivity while you're zoomed in, like how fast you're moving left to right or up and down, stuff like that. Here we go. This acceleration's at 70. Keeps it moving. It keeps the horizontal and vertical like feel consistent, in my opinion. This way. All these are pretty standard. I don't think I moved any of these. This right here is huge to make sure that your steady scope is attached to your ADS. So whatever you're gonna aim with, that's what the bind needs to be. So that way, whenever you zoom in to shoot someone, it's automatically gonna steady scope in those long range shootouts. The zoom sensitivity, I believe I did change. Mine's 87. Didn't mess with any of this. So right there's the main things when we're talking about the infantry settings. You guys have any other questions on other settings or anything like that, just let me know. Uh, the blur obviously down for me. I like it. Weapon FOV wide. I turned all this off. I just don't like it. None of this stuff. Got the HUD. And the HUD settings. Colors are already default, so you don't have to kill that. There's no colors that make it more beneficial now. Whereas in the beta, like the bright red or pink made it a lot easier to see enemies. I believe they just completely fixed that and it's just easier to see them now. I was looking for the crosshairs. I don't know if I'm gonna though. There we go, right here. So I turned the projection off because the projection's gonna show like your sway. Your crosshair is gonna be swaying with your weapon, but if you turn that off, it's just gonna be a consistent center of your screen. My preference, like I said, you don't have to have all these settings. You don't have to use any of these settings. These are just ones I use, and if you like the way I play and the movement and everything like that, then go ahead and copy these. And there you have it, the top 5 changes from beta to full release, and the absolute best controller settings for Battlefield 6 on PC. These settings have been working amazing for me, and I'm confident they'll elevate your game too. If this video helped you out, make sure you drop a like and subscribe. Also, there will be more Battlefield 6 content coming soon. I'll be putting out weapon tier lists, map guides, and gameplay breakdowns all week. Drop a comment and let me know what you'd like to see. Now get out there, and I'll see you on the battlefield.